Well, speaking of the Fast and Furious franchise, series co-star Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has also taken to his Instagram account to reveal this picture announcing the writers of his upcoming video game adaptation of Rampage. In the post, he says the following: "Cool news! We just hired Carlton Cuse and Ryan Condal, creators of Colony, to write our big screen adaptation of Rampage for New Line. Carlton also wrote San Andreas for us, so he excels at writing big scale with family and heart as the anchor. If you were a fan of the video games like I was, then you know how badass and fun this movie can be. I'll try not to screw it up. Shooting begins late this summer, #Rampage. Pictured is the Rampage team, same team who brought you San Andreas. Director Brad Payton with the dope fade haircut, producer Beau Flynn with the Grizzly Adams beard, Carlton Cuse, the constant intellectual with the glasses, and some bald tattooed brown man who occasionally smiles. Mark, what do you think of them basically reteaming the team behind San Andreas to make Rampage?
It makes a lot more sense than it does to have that many words in your Instagram post. It's so annoying to see a picture, then you got to keep clicking for more caption. But with news like this, I at least understand it, because San Andreas was kind of like Fast and Furious. It was dumb fun, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And so when you want to take that premise and combine it with all the monsters you're going to get to see in Rampage, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Those guys, if they can crank out that script, they certainly can do a lot of things with Rampage. The Rock seems passionate about this, and even more so than a guy like Vin Diesel. The Rock is a guy who I trust as far as him putting his weight and his clout behind a project he really believes in. So yeah, this makes sense.
You think that's too much text for an Instagram post?
It's a lot.
It doesn't matter what you think. Okay. He walked right into it. He was like that monster.
I walked right into that because I was a little nervous, because in the middle of my spiel, I saw you look at me pissed off, like I said something wrong, like I did another, the month of spring kind of situation. And so I was like, okay, Campy is clearly going to correct me because something I did. And so I ended my thing, and I looked over, and then you dead. Oh my God, that was great.
Oh, and hey, by the way, before I forget, clearly that picture that we have up is not the actual picture that Dwayne Johnson put up on his Instagram account, because you don't see all those guys he's describing. I like it. We were talking about this in our pre-production meeting just a little bit. Think what you will about San Andreas. I and a bunch of other people kind of thought that was just a nice, fun time. It was a fun movie. Was there great thespianism? No, or anything like super deep plot? No, but I had a lot more fun watching that movie than I thought I would when you take it on the level that they meant for it to be taken of. And I think if you take that exact same mentality and that exact same recipe, if you will, and take it from a San Andreas and put it onto something like Rampage, which is obviously going to be pretty ridiculous and all that kind of stuff, this is a good fit. So sometimes you hear about the same director and writers and actors all working together, and sometimes it makes you roll your eyes. But in this situation, I think it's a real nice fit. So yeah, it works for me.
So I spent so many quarters in my youth playing Rampage, and I loved playing Kong, or I was the Godzilla, and occasionally I'd be the werewolf, but I didn't like playing the werewolf that much because I was like, the werewolf doesn't grow to that size. It's stupid. So anyway, so much fun destroying buildings, eating people from their innocent buildings, and destroying the army men, helicopters. I want all of that. I cannot wait to see this movie. I love that video game. Knowing that The Rock is doing this, and it's the same kind of fun stupidity that San Andreas was, because it really was. It was a lot of fun. I went in like, I'm just going to see this dumb movie, and I enjoyed it. So I take it back. It's not a dumb movie. It's an enjoyable, crazy summer adventure. It had The Rock. It had Daddario. It had crazy action. I got to say, I really actually enjoyed it, and I think that this is a perfect combination we've been talking about video game movies and how can you get a good video game movie. This is an old school arcade video game movie from the stand-up generation. And this sounds really fantastic. To have this team of creatives involved, to have The Rock, making sure that it's going to have that level of action. I can't wait to see buildings get destroyed, people get eaten, smashed. And then remember, everybody turns into a weird, if you depower them, they shrink into a human and run away.
Right, and King Kong was in it, but Godzilla was not. Is that correct?
No, Godzilla was a Godzilla.
There was what do they call it, Lizzie or something like that
Lizzie,
in the
there
game?
Was Kong, Lizzie, and then whatever the
and
werewolf.
Then just a werewolf running
just
around.
A giant werewolf with the same
may or may
size.
not have had nards, as Monster Squad taught us.
It was a giant.
Though. Yeah. Okay, but that's not the picture.
No.
Where's the picture?
It
doesn't matter where the picture is.
That's act. No.
It was close.
But A for effort.
Thought I'd make an effort.
Hey, man, you get an A- from me. I think it worked.
The Rock is getting into a pattern where he likes working with the people he likes working with. Because if you go back to San Andreas, not only is he now reteaming with the director and writers from San Andreas, he's also reteaming with one of his co-stars with San Andreas, with Alexander Daddario, in Baywatch, that he's also shooting this year at the same time. So apparently he liked his time on San Andreas.
You're right. So you get Baywatch next, and then Rampage comes out. Hopefully, I typed in Rampage release date to see when it comes out, and all I got was the 2016 Dodge Rampage, which is not something you should name a vehicle, by the way. That sounds dangerous.
Rampage? Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.